Baldur.
Hungry for blood.
All is ash and meat.
Easy. This place is hungry for blood. What's cooking?
Ah, excellent choice.
Let's get on with it.
Don't be shy. Not much longer like this.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Which way to the nearest library?
How many died today? How many died tomorrow?
Just a brief respite. There's no time to waste.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. I've got a long road ahead.
There, in the cage.
You come to my home, interfere in my business, and now have the gall to face me in the heart of my lair. You petulant bollocks! I'll rip your spine out your asshole! I'll use your blood to spice my stew! I'll keep you alive until I've sucked the marrow from your bones. And then I'll bring you back and do it all over again.
Just get out of here! Please!
You want the girl so bad. Fine.
The cage is going to drop. We've got to help her.
No one back home will ever believe this.
There, in the cage.
Mustn't let anyone see.
Never a dull moment.
I'll, and
Just get out!
you want the girl so bad. Fine.
Cage is burning. There isn't much time to save her.
want to.
Nothing will stand in my way. Don't waste a step.
Let's light them up. Torment!
Got it. Go on.
I won't give in. With haste.
Get me out of this hellhole! I'm not Ethel, I swear!
Handy.
Never a dull moment. Fall by my hand.
Bloody clever clubs!
Thank the gods!
Happy to celebrate after all, aren't you?
Another fight. Let's go. You've made a grave mistake.
Try to find me now, brat!
Well, look what we have.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Wait! Ah! Wait just a tick! Killing me is a waste of time. I'll find a way to return. Always have, always will. But it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized about this, I have something you want. I knew I liked you, dearie. Let me leave with the girl, and I'll give you power. You want to be stronger, tougher, smarter? Done. Anything is possible. Just let me keep the girl and her babe.
Please. She's dreaming if she thinks we'd leave Mayrina here.
It's your choice, sweetness. You greedy little bollocks. Fine. Here. I'll not soon forget this sweetness. You have my word.
But the deal. What about my husband? What happens to him?
Deal's off, you dumb cow. And you've her to thank for it. Not that it matters. I'll find another just as plump and ripe. I can set up shop elsewhere. People always need lotions and potions.
To survive this. Let's make this quick.
Still alive, so that's progress. Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything! Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him again. Because of you! She would have. I had everything figured out. Just a bit longer and my child would have been born. And all this would have been over. This was the best chance I had. For me and my baby. Auntie Ethel promised to give this child a good life. Teach them magic, even. More than I could have done. I always wanted to be a mother. I just never thought I'd do it alone. Now I'll have to drag Connor's coffin all the way home. It's the only way this child will ever meet their father. I hope you're happy. Gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again. Not even a little bit. But I will be. What? You can?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring it back! Bring Connor back! Please!
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him?
But this isn't what she promised! I wanted him back the way he was, not this! No! Don't put him in the ground! He is afraid of the dark. I'll do it. I'll take him. You don't know that. He could still be in there. And I gotta try. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. I'll figure something out. Come on, love. Let's go.
Here lies Connor, beloved husband, and a tasty little morsel to boot.
Lady of Sorrow's guidance.
What's on your mind?
That's curious.
Curious.
Sword and a hat. Wonder whose?
Hag is gone! Happy! 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 Come! Present!
Hey, good looking.
Quite ready for you.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Here! Shiny! Bye!
Let's get going.
Well, hello. I would, but you have so well and someone there. With pleasure.
I have such a headache.
Well met. I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space for me to squeeze. Let's make the...
The party's full. You'll need to make room. Ready for...
Soldier? Damon told us to look out for this stuff, right? Let's go find him.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand?
If I choose to kill you, do you even see it? These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Calm yourself. They're survivors, not soldiers.
I fail to see the distinction.
Need anything else? Always happy to help those who follow the first circle. So
I think I
am not grumpy. Scowl on your face would frighten a trout. You're an idiot.
sure blood excites me.
How fares the search?
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlach. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
I miss my forge.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful. Bring it on.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Wait in the middle of your ship.
You sound like your father.
Well, it was his caravan.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Need anything else? Always happy to help those who follow the first circle.
Assume nothing.
never quiet.
How can I help? Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of ours is magical?
The dog holds a well-chewed ball in his mouth.
But if you feel like throwing it, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Bodies everywhere. Accident or sabotage?
That's curious. What's that?
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon. Thank you. Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mystra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. And from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms, until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? You know me. My gestures can never be grand enough. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in, into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. Every waking moment. Every dreaming moment, too. But there was no way out. All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the Underdark as I possibly could. Till they cloud my eyes forever. With a bit of luck, I'd manage to make it to a mind-flared colony so that when the orb erupts, one loud, last song of vengeance would reverberate through the dark. Wouldn't be a heroic end, but coarsely poetic enough in its justice. That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. Loving them has its side effects as well. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Well met.
Hey, soldier. What's it gonna take?
Got to move.
pain, the pack leader's mind clamps onto yours. You see yourself through her eyes, a pulsing red cluster of organs. Feast. No. The voice has forbidden this meat. Gnolls see your whole world as a meal. This voice is acting as a leash, but it won't hold them for long.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
A memory. The beast daubs the symbol of the Absolute on a cave wall in blood. Buried deep, a tadpole struggles to assert control against the ravenous chaos of her mind. You see drow and goblins restraining her, a mind flayer reaching out. And then the voice, bringing order. Eating this meat was forbidden, but it would lead her to a feast. Sensing your presence, the Gnoll's tadpole writhes in ecstasy, echoing your command. Its host will feast on Gnoll flesh to control the hunger, to keep her teeth from your throat. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
Jimmy on the go.
On the move.
Can't even catch my breath. Here we go again. Need to find a way forward.
Heading there.
Swords meet sorcery.
hungry pit. The flesh of her pack wasn't enough to satisfy her.
Too much to bear.
Take you.
On I go.
Mistra Rill.
Torment!
Oh my word.
Still on my feet.
Torment!
Can't give up. Let's make this quick.
Put him up.
Where do I go from here?
You should search that corpse.
By the gods, you're a sweet sight. Are any of my crew still alive out there? Damn it. I guess that's a no.
Risen Road's more dangerous than ever. You're the first friendly face we've seen since Eltergard.
We're bound for Baldur's Gate. Got some cargo to deliver. But we've a stop to make along the way. Trinkets for some rich tosser in Baldur's Gate. He gets his shiny baubles. We get a handful of Terenths. Rich men place more value on wine and fine clothes than on the lives of folks like me. It's a pretty bit of frippery that'll sit on a mantle gathering dust. But the pay for delivering it makes the risk worthwhile. Listen, you look like you know how to handle yourself. You should meet my associates. We've got our own drinking spot by the tavern. Invitation only. Tell the fellow on the door, Little Serpent, Long Shadow. He'll take good care of you.
Well, lad, it's our lucky day after all.
Something over there.
I'll be glad when we're out of this bloody... I'll be glad when...
Thanks again. We'll head out as soon as we've caught our breath.
I'm fine. And so's the chest, more importantly.
Makte Bartuti.
No time to dally.
Nothing hurts anymore.
I'm fine.
Looks empty.
Chest, more importantly.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. What to do? Makte Vertute. Makte Vertute. Makte Vertute. Still in control. Just. Intestines throb. Blood whispers.
Hot foot. Place is trapped.
Well, lad.
Lovely day, this. For now.
I don't feel alive.
Is that blood?
Crew's half digested, and you're still alive. That's lucky.
That might be worth a look.
Nice little nap.
The creature's eyes roll back in its head, equal parts bliss and agony. Her offals smell irresistible. And while her blood feast has filled her, the hyena is not yet sated.
Come! See! My flesh becomes new flesh!
You hear what comes next before you see it. The sharp snapping of bones, and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate. You watch with cold realization. This isn't the end of one life, but the start of another. Her darling pups will not be of her own species. Gnolls bring forth their iniquitous litter from many corpsed wombs, including hyenas. You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps, then goes still. Whatever horrific creature was growing inside the hyena dies along with her.
Hyena's making a break for it.
Outflank, outsmart.
What now? No surrender.
Can't afford to let up. On the move.
I'll take that. No traps, please. What's that?
I'm ready.
Attention!
Wretched thing. Pull yourself together.
It's been a while since these two breathed their last. Moving.
Fancy their chances.
Torment! Well, so much for peace. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
These mortals be?
Time to push
push my luck again. Let's get this over with. Very well.
Take it fast. I need healing.
Poor fucker.
Victory is assured.
Hatched up, pushing on.
Well met. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got ready and willing. I admire your courage, Gale.
Thank you. Any particular reason?
Between the orb and the bug, you've got more than your fair share of unwelcome passengers.
What can I say? Mother always taught me to be a gracious host.
Smoke. Something's burning. Something over there. He of the unsleeping eyes, grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear. A massacre. Drow and goblins slaughtered the lot. Please, just leave me be. I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
We'll never put this fire out. You're better off helping anyone trapped inside.
Keep pushing! Duke Ravengard could be inside. On count of 3. 1, 2.
Ravengard? He's here.
Yes! Now make yourself useful! Push, damn it! Push!
heat coming off that door. Opening it could spell trouble.
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
I need to hold on.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me! I think that's it! Thank you. Now, how the hell do we get out of here? Right. I'll try to keep up.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Sharp as ever. Ever onward.
A long way to go still. Onward then.
Your desire? Right away. Sharp as ever. Checking things out.
Breathe deep and move.
What's next? Onward in her name.
Slaughtered everyone. Mary. Oh, Mary. Mary.
Lost in thought. All right.
My faith will guide me.
Miri! No! Gods, no, no, no! You should have stayed. You should have been with me. I was in our room. We had a fight. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here. It's for a sister's wedding. I made a stupid joke about keeping it. We argued about it for hours. Then she took the dowry and left. She said I'd never see her again. She was right. I'm sorry, Mary. I'm so sorry. Please, just go. I need a moment with her. You're a medium? You're gonna speak to her? Could you ask her something for me? The dowry. She'd know where it is.
Dowry for sister in barn.
The barn? She must mean one of the empty buildings behind the inn. I trust you to get it for me. I can't leave her.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Merilith, farmer from Eltergard, traveling, sister's wedding, finding husband Benrin inside, door locked, trapped, fire. Inside.
The spell's power.
Councillor Floric, are you all right?
Will, by the main God, what's become of you?
A story best left for calmer days. Now breathe deeply. Are you in pain?
Scorched throat. A few hairs singed off. Nothing a bit of time and fresh air can't cure. Gauntlet, a new duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Alder Ravengard westward, if my eyes and ears can be believed. Report to the Manip and send for reinforcements. We must find the Duke. On your command, Councillor.
No, it can't be. You mean they've taken my...
Yes, Will. The Drow have your father. As well you should. He is the great champion of the Council. Commander of the Flaming Fist, the binding force holding Baldur's Gate together.
Without him, the city faces collapse. In fact, I fear that may have been the intention of those who abducted him.
Will, you must hold little love for your father. But please, find him and return him to the city.
Trust us to see it through, Councillor.
Isn't it clear? You travel with the Blade of Frontiers. Who might I trust if not a legend? Who might rise to the moment if not Ravengard's own son?
I see your goodwill has limits. Far be it from me to stretch them. Should you hear word of Ravengard, seek me out. I will not fly far.
Remember, Will, courage is found in the battle against fear, not in the defeat of it.
So Father said. I won't soon forget.
Fist to work.
Shit. You can put distance between you and yesterday, but you'll never leave it fully behind. Father's words. Hard to argue with them. Floric spoke true. I'm a Grand Duke's son.
Not just any Grand Duke. The most influential in the city, if my memory serves me right. And for once, I think it does.
You heard right. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate. I can't tell you more. The pact forbids it. My lips are quite literally sealed. He made me an exile. That said, I'm not about to let him suffer at the hands of his captors. I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I know, and you're right. My story is one of two men. The Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory, a man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind. I'm all for it.
Drowcraft armor. No magic left there. Sun's too bright. The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Raid. Retrieval. For the Absolute. Take to Moonrise Towers.
The corpse remains silent.
Archer. Roof. Zair.
The spell's power. Not everyone's. The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Absolute. Wants him. Slaves. Good. Raid. The fell. Dagger. Neck. Stupid. Krog. Hunter. Come. Temple. Close.
The spell's power.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
No time to rest.
Something good here, I hope. Looks like there's a chest buried in that hay.
Monsters everywhere. Kill. You speak to me? The monsters only scream. I was ready to run you through. My mistake, friend. An attack. Monsters. Little ones and taller ones. They took the shiny one. He killed many. Yes, it was screaming, waving around its metal. I made him stop screaming. Him? He was the biggest. Now I'm the biggest.
What am I to do? Still breathing, despite everything. There is work to do. All right, what now? They should all be running.
I wonder what the next move is.
And I'm off.
At least things have stayed interesting. Have to keep going.
I'm bleeding fast. I must heal.
Let's try this way.
Let me work my magic. Very well. Defender of the people.
No one stopped me yet.
I know this doesn't change anything, but it helps. Thank you. I need some time alone with her. To say goodbye.
Spoken, and so is it done.
I won't forget what you did for me. For her. Thank you.
So it is spoken, and so is it done. I promise my shield and my sword, Vigilant One. Let them be my courage.
Hey, soldier.
Go ahead.
Well met. Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and a talent for courtly dance. It's been a badger's age since I've twinkled my toes. A drunk ogre could put on a better show. It's for the best. I take a tumble and splat. There goes my good eye.
To think, Gales had this devastating all within himself the entire time, and only just mentioned it. Who'd keep a secret like that from his friends? You can't trust anyone these days.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know. The Lady of Sorrows.
You're full up. Dismiss someone first. Good. Indolence breeds madness.
Can't give up now.
in this plane and beyond.